Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
If he's not a giver, he's a what? He's a taker. How do we know if he's a taker? We give him nothing. That feels hard. You're a giver. You're an overgiver. Overgivers will always attract takers. It's law. When he texts you and you feel the need to over-explain or even to answer in a certain amount of time, wait. If he takes you on a date and you're there and you're present, you're giving him your focus, you're giving him your attention, amazing, beautiful. When the date ends, he doesn't exist. Unless he gives you communication. If he upsets you, he makes you angry, that's fine. Go tell a friend, go scream into a pillow. Give him nothing. Even your emotional energy is a privilege. If you're at home, you're doing dishes, you're working, whatever it is in your mind floats off to him, redirect it back to you. Give him nothing and observe how he shows up. See if he's a giver. But you will never know if you don't give him the opportunity. Opportunity is the only thing we're giving them.
Yeah, and the only thing you're gonna see is him walking away. You're not the first one who thinks you deserve stuff for just existing, but like all the others, you're still single, waiting for things you think you deserve.
I fear maybe throwing this fish back out into the sea. He had a very light surface level first date. Did ask a couple questions that helped me better understand their emotional intelligence. And there was one question about oh, how are you as a boyfriend? How do you show someone that you care? He tensed up a little bit, couldn't really answer it, and was oh, I guess you'll need to find out. Well, I mean, I'm dating with attention. I don't really have time to waste time to find out. I want to know that you've done the self-reflection and introspection to understand how you move about this world in intimate relationships. And if you are either uncomfortable with communicating that, or you don't even know that about yourself, I'm not gonna waste my time. Also, he found out about my TikTok. I don't know if he just Googled me. If you Google my name, if you Google my first name, yoga teacher, my TikTok's gonna show up. He did say that we had a mutual friend of a friend who sent him my vlogs. He seemed more concerned with the fact that he was going viral than with how the date went and whether he wants to see me again. Next day, I also just wanted to say, I think the reason why I don't want to go on a second date with that guy is really how all of that transpired. Him finding my TikTok, but also above and beyond all of that, how nonchalant he was with me after, not texting to make sure I got home, not texting to say that he had a great date, just being really nonchalant.
No, he wasn't. All he was not interested. Hard to hear, I know, but you're just lying to yourself if you think anything else.
Think of how many industries would collapse tomorrow if we started loving our bodies, if we didn't see our bodies as problems to solve.
A lot.
Right? Us feeling
billion-dollar industries.
We are not good enough is what keeps our capitalist society going. So you look at yourself and looking for the flaws. Yeah, you've been brainwashed into doing that. That's why this is so hard. So remembering though that this idea of radical self-love isn't something we go out and find. You were born with that. As a baby, you didn't have hang-ups about your body.
That's true.
How
do we get back to that?
Fat rolls.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of going out and finding something new. It's kind of removing these layers of gunk that have been piled on top of us because of these messages that we're constantly getting about what it means to be attractive, which by the way change all the time.
All the time.
You are both wearing makeup. Makeup industry is a billion-dollar industry. So my guess is this was just another problem you get to complain about instead of trying to fix.
I love when you're on a date with a guy and you're at kind of a nicer place and he's oh my god, I just always love it here. Always? This is my first time here. Babe, who'd you go with?
I'm guessing someone else. Yeah, it's weird, I know. It's almost like he had a life before he took you on a date.
This is a question to single 30-year-old men, okay? Asking for a friend, not me. Where do you frequent? Because I'm a single girl, my friend is a single girl, and she's not on dating apps, and she's trying to find a husband at some point, but there doesn't seem to be any single, straight, 30-year-old men that are attractive. Anywhere. London, Weymouth, Southampton, any of the south of England. Doesn't seem to exist. Has there been some kind of apocalypse that I didn't realise? Is everyone married? What's the situation? Where are you? Because, my friend wants to meet a husband in the next 5 years. There doesn't seem to be any straight men anywhere. Okay? Maybe late 20s, early 30s. If you know, just let me know, because my friend might want to go there to potentially meet a husband. Thanks so much.
Oh yeah, where are all the single attractive men? Or I don't know, everywhere? But that was a question for them they're in hiding. And if they are in hiding, why would they ever let you know where they are?
I've been on 5 dates in the past 3 months. And let me tell you that all 5 of those dates did not make it to the second date. Put this out there before men come after me. I went in with the intention of hopefully liking this person and eventually talking to them. But every time I went on these dates, I kid you not, I would go in my car and feel nothing. I don't even know. Like, I just was like, oh my God, am I broken? Like, why do I not feel nothing? It takes a long time to actually get on that date. And I just recently was like, okay, this week I'm going on a freaking date. I also said to myself this weekend that I am probably ready to actually settle down with someone. And I went on a date on Tuesday. It's so funny. Like, you can literally just go on Hinge and then, oh, you got a date. It's so easy, but whatever. I think it's so important that we as women, we just know exactly what we want. And I feel like putting yourself out there and going on these dates, you kind of pick up little bits and pieces of these men that you're like, okay, I like that trait, I like that trait, I like that trait.
Also, like build a bear or something like that. Now, I could be wrong, but I think you're supposed to know what you want before you start dating.
You know what I wish more people knew? That the 1950s housewife, like June Cleaver, a lot of people think is like traditional values. That was not tradition. That was an organized PR campaign to get women to stay in the kitchen. When men came back from World War II, women were forced to leave the workforce. Ad agencies and pop culture really glamorized the housewife. Like, domesticity is so cute. And women were continually sold more products and lifestyles that really emphasized their place. And then the post-war economy really boomed, and so did the suburbs. Middle-class families started to move into single-family homes, and men became the breadwinners. Then pop psychologists started to talk about, oh, women are the caretakers and the nurturers, and it's tied to our biology. So either she's going to be really good at taking care of the home and your children, or it is her personal failing. And then even educational institutions started to promote degrees in homemaking, if women got higher degrees at all. And this is all to prepare women for marriage instead of the workforce. You can even see that publications like women's magazines went from writing about adventure stories to romance tales where women just find their knight in shining armor. So we're supposed to go back to traditional values. This was never a tradition in the first place.
Okay, sure, I'll play. What was the tradition then? Because I don't think tradition started in the 50s. Like so many others, I'm fortunate enough to have met my grandparents. Both of them, by the way, were born in the 20s. And they've both, like so many others, lived through what you refuse to call tradition.
Okay guys, I wanted to talk about this person that commented this on a video of me and my boyfriend. It's so dangerous to be spreading this kind of hate around. And normally I don't reply to hate comments and I don't give them the time of day because I know anyone that goes out of their way to comment on a random person's social media, just hate, is very, very miserable in life, and they're probably really, really hurting.
Or they're probably just complete a-holes. But I should know. The only reason I posted this is because you need to get over yourself. That's not hate. That lady said in her comment, I have trouble believing someone this good looking would be attracted to you if I'm honest. You're not conventionally beautiful, so there's more to it. If you see that comment as hateful, then you have more issues than the other lunatic. At least she's, like I've said, a complete a-hole. What's your excuse?
Did you know if you daydream or imagine fake scenarios in your head before bed of things that you want to happen, that's actually manifestation? Whatever you're thinking about before bed is genuinely what will end up manifesting into your life. So if you're on TikTok and you're scrolling, you're watching stuff before bed, that's what you're going to end up manifesting. You're going to internalize that. Your subconscious mind is going to internalize that, and that's what's going to happen in your reality. But if you spend time before bed, coming up with imaginary scenarios or even sometimes steamy scenarios,
you're going to end up having a wet dream. And yes, I know that's not good either, but it's way better than watching TikToks before bed. What the hell am I supposed to manifest into my life after watching your TikTok?
Look how perfect this one is! To sit on? Emily! What? It curves. It curves!
Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.